Because people were being born into the world and few were dying, the population of the world increased rapidly. People built cities and labored making a way of life. But they forgot about God. You know, this is easy to do. Get too busy that we forget about the Lord and going to church. I hope you'll never get too busy that you'll forget about God. Not only did these people forget about the Lord, but they became very, very wicked. People were so sinful that the world was filled with violence. God was sorry that He had made man because they were getting farther from Him. God then decided to destroy the wicked people because He could not let sin go unpunished. I think that if we're real quiet, we might find out how this is going to happen. There is a man called Noah. He doesn't seem to be a wicked man. He seems to be a godly man because he's teaching his grown sons, Ham, Shem, and Japheth, and their families about the Lord. Look, he's getting up and going for a walk all alone. Oh, he went around the bend of the path. Let's catch up to him. I hear voices. Well, let's be quiet. It's the Lord telling him to build a great big boat out of gopher wood. He's giving him the plans for the boat. And this boat is to be called the Ark. The Lord is telling Noah that he's to build the big boat 625 feet long and 104 feet wide and 3 floors high. The Ark will hold as much inside as a long freight train with 600 boxcars. That's over 90 million pounds. I wonder why it's to be so big. The Lord is telling Noah that he's to paint the inside and the outside of the boat with a tar-like material called pitch. This will make the boat waterproof, so it would float. God continues to tell him that he's to divide the inside into many rooms. And then God reveals to Noah that he's going to send a flood and destroy every living thing on the earth. But everyone inside the ark will be safe. Now we know why the ark was to be so big, because Noah just found out that he is to take various animals into the ark. Noah, being a man of faith, obeys the Lord. There he goes, running to the rest of his family. Oh, his loved ones gather about him, and they're making plans to build the ark. Look, they're going into the forest with axes. They're chopping down the first tree. There it goes, and another, and another. Let's leave them for a while. Girls and boys, who said the Bible wasn't an interesting book? We've had an exciting journey so far, haven't we? We had better return to see what Noah's doing. Oh, they already have the keel laid, and the frame is almost covered with the boards. That's interesting. They're not using nails, but wooden pegs, hammered into holes, drilled into the planks. I guess the pegs will swell when they get wet and hold the boat together so it'll float. Oh, the hull is finished. Now for the pitch. Oh, everyone's helping. The women and children are boiling the pitch and filling the buckets, which they're carrying to the men. Up go the buckets tied to the ropes, all the way to the top where the men are hanging over the side safely tied to ropes. There they're painting the side of the boat with pitch. Soon they will have to do the inside. Girls and boys, this is quite a job, building the world's first ocean liner. The deck is finished, and the rooms are all completed. So I guess the boat is ready to sail. Oh, here comes a crowd of curious people. They think it's strange that Noah has built an ark so far from the sea. They think that Noah and his family are crazy. These people were so wicked, they were blind to the judgment of God. They're laughing at Noah, but soon their laughter will turn to tears. Noah is being told by the Lord to bring 7 each of the different kinds of birds and of the clean animals. Of the rest, he is to take just 2 of each kind, a male and a female. Even insects were to come into the ark. What a sight! Oh, here come the animals. Sheep, tigers, pigs, donkeys, camels, chimps, dogs, cats, squirrels. Oh, the sky is black with birds. Why, there are crows and bluebirds and storks and ducks and geese. Oh, there's so many that I don't even know them all. But still they're coming. Now the door is shut. No one can come in. Soon the flood will come. Girls and boys, Noah and his family have been in the ark for a whole week, and nothing has happened yet. The crowd outside are making fun of them, laughing and joking about crazy Noah. If they only knew. Did you feel that? Why, it felt like a raindrop. It was a raindrop. It's beginning to rain. Hear the thunder? Now it really is pouring. Oh, the crowd is scattering and running for shelter. This rain is going to keep up for 40 days and nights, so the whole world will be flooded and the people who forgot about God will be drowned. We find out once more that God cannot let sin go unpunished. The rain is over, and the earth is one great big ocean. It has been 150 days since the rain has stopped. And there's the ark, floating along like nothing happened. Why, there's a dove flying into the ark with an olive leaf in her beak. This is proof that the waters are disappearing, and soon there'll be dry land. The waters are going down, and the ark lands on top of a mountain called Mount Ararat. After 1 year and 17 days, Noah and his family leave the ark and set the birds and animals free to go into the world. A promise from God to Noah is made that God will never destroy the earth with a flood, and every time man sees a rainbow, he will be reminded of God's promise. Girls and boys, everything went well for Noah and his family, except when Ham, Noah's youngest son, had disrespect for his father. Noah punished his son Ham and told him that he would be unhappy, and Noah did not bless him, but his other brothers instead. The sons of Noah then moved away to different parts of the world, where they settled down and raised their families. Noah died when he was 950 years old, after living a very full and exciting life. After the population of the world grew to a larger number, they decided to build a high tower out of brick that would reach all the way up to heaven. Let's take the final trip on this part of our journey and find out what happened. We are now on the plains of Shinar, a land in the Middle East. And there's the tower. They're still working on it. Since everyone speaks the same language, they work together very well. Oh, it's really getting high. But wait a minute. Suddenly they're all talking different languages and they can't understand one another. Oh, what confusion. How can they work together if they can't understand what they're saying? So they stop building the tower. They're seeking out people who speak the same language so that they can work and live together. God has given them different languages, and now they're moving in groups to different parts of the earth. This is the time when the nations came into existence. The confusion that happened at the Tower of Babel is an example of the confusion people get into when they forget the Lord. It was true in the stories we learned, and it has been true ever since, girls and boys. Don't forget the Lord, but always trust and obey Him like Noah, and you'll be happy, no matter what happens. We have seen that God cannot let sin go unpunished, but he will always save those that believe in him. Noah believed in God and was saved in the ark. We can put our trust in God, and Jesus will save us. The Bible tells us this in John chapter 3, the 16th verse. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish, but have everlasting life.